Nearly anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. Steering is reactive, charting is intentional. Steering keeps things moving, charting decides where we are actually going. Before leaders take their people on a journey, the best navigators pause. They reflect, they examine, they listen, they balance faith with facts. Leadership is not about motion, it's about direction. Drawing on past experience is a good starting point. Most natural leaders are activists. They're doers. They look forward, not backward. They make decisions quickly and move on. That instinct can be a gift. But when leaders never slow down to reflect, they repeat mistakes instead of learning from them. Good navigators understand this. The past is not a prison, but it's a teacher. Experience is wasted if it is never examined. Reflection strengthens leadership. If you do not pause to learn from where you've been, then you will keep arriving at places you never intended to go. You have to examine conditions before making commitments. Strong leaders count the cost, not after the decision, but before it. They examine the conditions honestly. They look at measurable factors, finances, resources, talents, and capacity. Great leaders also examine the intangibles: timing, morale, momentum, culture, and trust. Not everything that matters shows up on a spreadsheet. You can have the right idea at the wrong time. You can have the right plan with the wrong people. Leaders who fail to examine conditions do not just make bad decisions, they make unfair decisions. No matter how good of a leader you are, you do not have all of the answers. Top navigators gather information from many sources. They listen upward, they listen downward, they listen sideways. It's that 360 listening. They listen to people who agree and especially to those who do not. There's a lot of insight from that. Listening does not weaken authority, it sharpens judgment. Blind spots grow larger the higher leaders climb, unless they stay humble enough to listen. Balancing faith and fact. Navigating for others requires faith. You must believe the journey matters. You must believe the destination is worth it. Faith without facts is recklessness. You must see reality clearly. You must go with your eyes wide open. Faith gives courage. Facts provide clarity. Leadership requires both. Have you taken the time to chart the course for the people you are leading? Not just reacting, not just steering, but intentionally charting that course, looking at the map and planning the destination. Leadership is not measured by how fast you move, it is measured by whether the people following you arrive safely at a destination worth reaching. Nearly anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. It takes attention, it takes effort. But steering is about reacting to what is already happening. Charting the course is different. Charting requires foresight, it requires patience, it requires responsibility for people you are not just moving, but leading. Many leaders today are excellent at staying busy. They answer emails, they attend meetings, they make decisions, but activity is not the same thing as direction. Leadership that lasts always begins before the journey starts. Most natural leaders are wired for action. They feel pressured to decide quickly. They feel rewarded for moving fast. But speed without reflection creates repetition. When leaders refuse to look backward, they force their teams to relive the same lessons again and again. Reflection asks hard questions. Where did we succeed? and why? Where did we fail and why? What warning signs did we dismiss? What voices did we ignore? Maturity leadership shows up when experience becomes wisdom. Leaders understand that reflection is not regret, it's refinement. Your past does not disqualify you, but it does inform you if you let it. Leaders ask to commit, they owe them clarity. Good intentions do not replace preparation. Strong leaders pause long enough to ask, do we actually have the capacity for this? Are we emotionally ready or just excited? Is this sustainable or just impressive? Leaders must examine the human cost of their decisions. Burnout is often the result of leaders who counted outcomes but ignored endurance. Examining conditions is an act of respect. It tells people, I see you, I value you, I will not spend you carelessly. Listening is one of the most undervalued leadership skills. Many leaders, but few truly listen. Listening requires slowing down, it requires curiosity, it requires humility. The best leaders do not surround themselves with agreement, they surround themselves with honesty. When leaders stop listening, they stop learning. And when leaders stop learning, they start repeating mistakes from the past, only at a larger scale. Listening is not weakness, it is wisdom in action. Faith gives leaders courage to step forward. Facts keep leaders grounded in reality. Leadership collapses when either one is missing. Optimism without preparation leads to disappointment. Preparation without belief leads to paralysis. Strong leaders live in the tension between confidence and caution. They believe the future can be better and they prepare honestly for the challenges ahead. That balance builds trust. People will follow leaders who believe boldly and plan responsibly. Every leader eventually answers the question whether they ask it intentionally or not. Did I chart the course or just stay busy? Leadership is stewardship. People entrust you with their time, energy, and most importantly, their hope. They deserve more than motion. They deserve direction. Nearly anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thank you. God bless you.